Hi friends, I want to share some information about this current account. The balance of payment has two important accounts, one is capital account, another is current account. As far as India is concerned, capital account is having a surplus. It's because the foreign companies are coming to India and investing in India in terms of FDI, and foreign institutional investors are investing in Indian capital market in form of this FII. So similarly, this Indian investors or the Indian companies going to other countries and investing there, it is comparatively less. That's the reason we have this surplus capital account in India. So as far as this current account is concerned, we have a deficit current account. We can say CAD, current account deficit. Current account deficit normally is not a good signal. So in India, we have this current account deficit because we are importing more goods and services from the other countries than we export. Government is taking so many initiations, putting effort in encouraging exports and avoiding some imports. But still, the exports are being increased and imports are also increasing. But as far as this growth rate is concerned, because some of the initiations by the government, the export rate is increased by 18%, though it was less in the earlier years. But the good news is that this exports rate is increased by 18%. But another thing is we have to understand is even the import is also increasing by 27%. So this is happening because of three important reasons. The Indian government is heavily depending on other countries, especially these Middle East countries, for importing oil. Because India is not having the sufficient amount of oil products, that's petroleum products, to meet the requirements of the Indian market. So therefore we have to depend on other countries for importing oil. And India is spending $120 billion every year for importing oil. So here this is a very important concern, is the valuable forex reserve is spent for importing oil, that to $120 billion for the 1 year. But what is this government is doing to avoid or to reduce the burden of this forex reserve or for dependency of the oil on the other countries? It's not that only the government has to take a decision. This, as an individual, as a responsible citizen of country, one has to understand and follow some of the instructions. The government is proposing the e-vehicles. Swapping battery is again one important area where this government is looking upon, and even the charging or recharging these batteries on the different places. So therefore, this people of country should go for e-vehicles to promote e-vehicles, and even the pollution-free vehicles are also there. Another thing is our dependency on other countries will come down. So when we are paying money to other countries for importing oil, the other countries will be spending the same amount for some of the unwanted things. So therefore we have to go for alternative things. So one alternative is this e-vehicles, government is promoting, and another alternative is to use this ethanol blended petrols only. Government has given strict instruction to all the oil companies to include at least 10%. From the year 2022-23 onwards, this oil companies have to include this blended ethanol to the extent of 15%. So to that extent, this burden on the other countries will come down. And some of the private oil companies, we have observed that they are not including or not adding this ethanol. In case these private companies are not adding this ethanol in the petroleum products, then 2% extra burden in terms of import duty will be there from the government on these private companies. So therefore, the responsible citizen of India should go for only the companies where this ethanol content is there. So indirectly or directly you are helping the government and you are saving the forex reserves to a certain extent. And you should also go for this solar energy, wind power energy, and there are some of the other alternative energies. Instead of using more oils, petroleum products, then there are some alternative solutions are there. So let us use these alternative solutions to reduce the burden of petroleum products on other countries. So another important area where this government is spending a huge amount for importing the golds. $55 billion amount is spent for importing golds. Gold may be the unproductive. Gold may not produce more employment opportunities. So therefore, one should think on wearing or using or investing in the gold. So when people are interested in investing the gold only for the investment purpose, then let them go for only the e-golds or sovereign gold bonds. If you are interested in wearing the golds, then it is inevitable to purchase ornaments and you have to use it. So when we look at this gold as an investment avenue, then let us go for e-gold and the government sovereign bonds. The government is giving 2.5% of the guaranteed interest on the bonds plus capital appreciation will be there. So therefore, this is the best investment alternative for the people, those who are investing in gold as an alternative avenue. So this is one aspect. And third point where this government is spending a valuable forex reserve is on importing this electronic products. Most of these electronic and electrical products are imported from the other countries, especially these Chinas. Therefore, the government proposed this Atmanirbhar Bharat should be supported by every Indian citizen. You have to start your company in India. The company may be the domestic company or the foreign company. Companies should be started in India. They should manufacture the products in India, sell in India or outside India, but company should be in India. The benefit of starting company in India is to generate more employment opportunities. This increases the per capita income. This increases the national income. This increases the GDP. So therefore, this Atmanirbhar Bharat, the concept which this government has introduced in India in the recent years, should be promoted by every Indian to avoid or to reduce the burden of depending on other countries. So this will further strengthen our rupee also. Present rupee against this US dollar is around 73 rupees. For buying $1, we have to pay 73 rupees. So these are all the things which depend, because we are heavily depending on other countries for important three reasons. So even we are purchasing or importing many materials from other countries, but these are the three areas I have said. One is import of oil, gold and electronic products. The valuable forex reserve is spent majority of the amount only for these three things. So therefore, government has to take a major decisions in this. Therefore, this current account deficit to certain extent will come down by doing some of the important things. So current account deficit, that is the difference between this exports and imports. So when we are exporting more, then the current account deficit, the percentage may come down. So we have to export the finished products, then import the raw materials. So this is one encouragement this government has been doing, and we have to do the same thing also. So those who are doing this kind of things will be having some export tax benefits also. So exporting finished products, importing raw materials is the one important aspect. The responsible citizen of the country or the company, so they should understand these things, go for producing in India, purchasing Indian products, importing raw material and exporting the finished products. So this will further strengthen the current account, and forex reserve can be saved, and the government will also have the standards in the international market, and the Indian companies promoting Indian economy will be strengthened, and we are all the beneficiaries of this. So thanks for watching. Thank you.